Hi everybody, I'm Neel Murgai from Brooklyn Raga Massive, and I'm glad to be part of the Rubin Museum's virtual block party today. Now this lotus is for my daughter, my 10-month-old daughter Leela, and today I'm presenting to you on my own birthday, and this is my first birthday with my new daughter. And so this lotus represents change. It represents possibilities and impermanence, which of course is the theme for our block party. Now, to me, there's nothing more impermanent than sound and music, especially, right? We make a sound, it disappears into the ether, unless it's recorded, like this one right here. But if it's not recorded, we're having great conversations, we're interacting with each other, we're hearing beautiful music, and it affects us so greatly, but it's not permanent. The music disappears into the ether unless we record it with our phones or in the studio. But it's not originally not made for that, and doesn't need that to have a great effect on you, right? And today I really want to talk to you about especially overtone singing. Now I'm primarily a sitarist, an Indian stringed instrument, but another thing that I do is overtone singing, and also known as throat singing, Mongolian throat singing. So it comes from Mongolia, southern Siberia region, and what they do is they actually copying the sounds of the animals, which is meant to, like the baby calf calling for its mother, the sounds of animals and the sounds of nature. Now the calf calling for its mother is meant to travel really far, of course, and this music can also travel really far and can be used to communicate over miles. And overtone singing, what we do is we can actually sound many different sounds at once, many different musical tones at the same time. Now I'm here to tell you that all singing is overtone singing, that overtones exist in all sounds of nature. You can't get away from them, right? And I can prove it to you with this handy little program here called Overtone Analyzer. Look, as I'm talking, you can see on the left side there's the notes of the piano, which represent the different pitches of all the sounds you hear. And you can see that my voice is making many different pitches simultaneously, and the frequency of each pitch increases as we go up there, right? And the brightness corresponds to the loudness of our sound, right? And then on the right side, you can also see the bigger the wave is, that it's a little louder, right? And so you can see that there's many frequencies going on at once. But this is talking, noisy sound. How about noise sounds? Look, the noise sounds are all the frequencies. But what if I make a musical sound on a guitar over here? Look at that. It lines up in a perfect mathematical way. Look again. That is the overtone series, which is directly mathematical and directly relates to our scales. Our scales are derived from this formula that is inherent in nature. That's pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. Now, we can learn to do this with our own voices. What we do, we can make the sound of the calf calling for its mother. And we place our tongue. This is my tongue, and these are my top teeth, right? And I put the tongue kind of in the ridge right above and behind my teeth. And I move my tongue up and down. Now let's try that with the Overtone Analyzer. How is that? All right, so now, of course, that is the more advanced technique, which can be definitely learned. Manipulating your tongue inside of your mouth to change the chamber, the shape of the chamber, and the size of the chamber in your mouth that's resonating, and it accentuates certain overtones and dampens other ones. Now we can do this much more simply by using the word why. Now I learned this from Timothy Hill of the Harmonic Choir, and even also from David Hikes of the Harmonic Choir right at the Rubin Museum, in fact. So now the word why, if we say it very slowly, is composed of these vowel sounds right here. Y, really slowly, is and then backwards. Now if we go back to our Overtone Analyzer, listen and watch. Now you can see that it's not quite as precise as using the Mongolian technique. Let's try that. It's not quite as precise, but it gets us there, and it can be very valuable. We can also use other sounds in words to accentuate overtones, like uri or hurry. You can see how that accentuates those high overtones there. And what about so I like to mix up the vowels and the Mongolian technique. Now I actually wrote a song to teach people about the overtones and using why to sing the overtones. You know what? Because why is a question that we ask all the time. But did you ever stop and ask why? You only have to ask why. 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 'Cause why is a word with many vowels inside. Sing it with me. Why. Now slowly. Word with many colors inside, the overtones over the drone. And if you sing it slowly, then you will know it's a wondrous word. And if you sing it slowly, then you will know it's a wondrous word. Remember those other sounds that we can use too. For example, why are you in such a hurry? Listen to me sing. Slow down, you don't have to worry. Let me sing. No, you don't have to be sorry. Sing it with me. Sorry, swishing deep three-pointers like Steph Curry. Everybody sing Curry. Leap up and shout hooray. Everybody sing hooray. You only have to ask why. Everybody sing why. Everybody sing why. Everybody sing why. Why is a wondrous word. All right. I hope you liked that introduction to the overtones and the impermanence of sound and music. And this is very great practice. You can sing at home, in the shower, or any place where there's a nice reverb, or any place you want. It feels good. If you sing and then backwards with one long breath for going up, another long breath for going down. If you sing that for 10, 20 times, you will definitely feel a lot better. You'll feel calm, relaxed, ready to take on the day. So thanks very much. Oh, put it right side up. Thanks for joining me as part of the Rubin Museum's virtual block party. And thanks to the Rubin Museum and Brooklyn Raga Massive for having me here. And now visit rubinmuseum.org/block party for more block party fun. And, hope to see you around. My name is Neel Murgai. Look up Brooklyn Raga Massive and our events, and we'll see you around at the next one. Thank you.